Hello, this is Sergio at Smart LED Inc. And today we're going to be showing you the Gen 6 1x2 panel service. So basically, this is how you're going to service all these panels. The Gen 6 series is basically they look just like this. They have a white background on the back of the panel. I've already removed the back cover. It has stainless steel screws that look like this, okay? And these stainless steel screws need to be removed off the back panel, and you set the back panel aside, you set the screws off to the side as well. Okay, they have a blue pigtail. When looking from the back, they have a blue pigtail on the left and a black pigtail on the right. The blue pigtail is the ring that you use for locking the connections. Okay, so now this is part of the repair kit series. So if you have one of these, you will have a repair kit, and the repair kit will include a set of pigtails looking like that. It'll have two. Okay, it'll have a card like this, which is called a hub card, with either this gold color I5 card or a similar card that's called a K5 card. Okay, and it'll have a power supply that'll look like this. Okay, so these are the things that you're going to have in the repair kit. Two pigtails connected together, and this card and this power supply unit, which is basically this. Okay, so now this is this assembly. This is the power supply, which changes the voltage from AC to low voltage, DC for the LEDs. So this part is this part, and then this part is the two cables that will be connected together. Okay, so now you may or may not have one of these. If you didn't pay for it or you didn't order it, your plastic bag kit may be missing one of these. Okay, so but this is the full repair kit if you ordered it from Smart LED. Okay, so now I want to show you the first step is if you're going to have to change the pigtails. You'll have to change the pigtail from the panel that came before, and you'll have to change the pigtail of this panel. That's why we ship two, because we don't know if the cable issue from the Cat5 cable is here on this panel or on the panel that went before it. So if this panel is working and this panel is turned off, then we don't know if it's this cable, the blue cable here, or the black cable of the panel that's working. So you have to change out both. That's why we ship two cables. In fact, I got a cable set right here. This is exactly how it looks like. That's why we ship both cables, okay? Because you have to change both of them. You have to change this one on the panel that's off, and you have to change this one on the panel that's on, because we don't know which one it is. Now, I have a Sharpie here to show you that when you remove the back panel, you'll turn this nut, okay, and you turn it down. So let me just go ahead and mark it. Okay, this nut, you turn it down. So I'm gonna put a down arrow there, okay? Turning this nut down will loosen it, okay? You may have to hold this one, and you have to loosen it obviously until it's completely loose. So you'll have to loosen it just like that, okay? So when you loosen it by down, so this blue pigtail is loosened by a down. See, that's how you loosen it. But this pigtail, the black pigtail on this nut, you have to go up. Up is the way you will loosen it. See there. So I'm gonna put up. Okay. So up loosens this one, and down loosens this one. Okay. Now, depending on which one you need to take off, but you're gonna have to bring down both panels so you can change the full pigtail set. Okay. All right. So now, moving along on this video, I want to show you how to remove the power supply, how to remove the cable. Okay, so to remove the cable, okay, you're gonna remove this, push down on this connector right here. Okay, so you push down on it, and then this comes off. It has some glue that you could just rub off. Okay, and then you're gonna go ahead and remove this this thing, but which is your data connector, carefully, and you're going to remove the whole pigtail, as you can see. Okay, but first you have to remove the power connection here from the pigtail. Okay. Okay, so you'll need a screwdriver to remove that. Let me go ahead and put the phone down and bring my screwdriver so I can show you exactly how we're going to do that. Okay, so I'm back here, and then to remove that pigtail from the blue pigtail, we're gonna go ahead and remove these screws. Obviously, you have to do this by taking the panel down. You cannot have it connected. Make sure it's not live. Okay, now. Okay, now you can use gloves also for safety. I'm not using it, but you could use gloves. Now let me go ahead and take these off. Okay, so then now you remove these screws from the power supply, put them aside because you'll need them later. Okay, see, there's 3 of them. Okay, there's the 3. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and undo this whole pigtail and take it out. Okay, so then just pull this one here. Make sure you don't damage the head of the Cat 5, okay? So let me just go ahead and remove this. It's a little bit difficult because I'm holding. Okay, so yeah, it's a little bit difficult because I'm holding the phone. But let me go ahead and just. So first is the power, and then the data. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then this pigtail will be set aside, and you'll replace it with a new pigtail, with the blue ring pigtail. It has to be the same. Blue ring is on the left of the panel, and the black ring is on the right of the panel. Okay, all right. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and remove you'll be removing it from the other panel, but I just want to show you that's how you remove it. I'm basically taking all the pieces off of this to show you how to remove it. Okay, now this one, if you're removing the black, make sure you keep the ring with it. Okay, if you're removing the black one on this side, make sure that you pull this off just like that. Okay, and that you straighten out the Cat 6 connection. Okay, and then same thing here. You know, usually what I try to do, because it's too tight here and we have to make sure we don't break the connector, I usually try to remove the power connection first, okay? The whole power cable, but I'm gonna have to put the phone down to show you, because you kind of have to finagle with it quite a bit. Okay, hold on a second so I can show you here. Okay, you can push it down and push it through just like that, and then this will come off like so, and that's how you remove the black one. Okay, that's how you remove the black pigtail. Again, be careful that you don't break this, because you may need it. You may need to put it back if it turns out that the pigtails are good, you know. But so this is how you swap out the black pigtail. Okay, you take it off, set it aside. Okay, and there's the ring for it as well. All right, so then now that's how you replace the pigtails. Remember that the inner nut on the left side goes down, okay? And on the right side, it goes up to loosen it, okay? To loosen it up and to loosen it down, and obviously the opposite for putting it back together. Now, I wanna show you the next steps. So for example, if the technician from Smart LED tells you that the actual issue is the power supply because this red LED here doesn't turn on, if this red LED doesn't turn on, it's the power unit that needs to be changed, okay? If the power unit needs to be changed, you're gonna have to remove these on the left here, but you're also gonna have to remove these on the right as well. You know, or you could remove them from here. If you don't wanna get into this part, you can remove them from here and then place these cables onto the new onto the new power supply and then put it back down and then connect these again. That's, in fact, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take that that route of swapping the power supply. So I'm gonna use this one. Okay, I'll put it off to the side. Okay, and then these. So you basically got four. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and pick up these 4 connection screws for the hub card, okay? Move them over to the side, okay? And then that leaves me the power supply. Now the power supply is held down by 4 screws. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and it also has a ground that needs to be loosened so that you can connect the new power supply with the ground. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and remove these 4 screws. So bear with me here. Okay. So you can see that it's going up a little bit. Just there's the screws. There's another one right there. There's the 2 screws of the left, okay? And now we're gonna take off the 2 screws from the right. 1 and 2. Okay, so when you remove those screws, you pull straight up and the power supply will come loose. And then now you turn it to its side here. I'm trying to hold it so I can show you. And remove this screw, which is the ground screw. It's gonna be a little bit difficult because I have to hold the phone at the same time. There's the ground screw. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put that to the side here. Okay, and then that's how you replace the power supply, see? So if that red light is not turning on, this is the culprit, this is the problem. And that needs to be switched out. And then the new power supply needs to be brought in. Okay, you're gonna put the 4 screws back on there. You're gonna put the these connections back on, which you have to stack together. Okay, the brown is the live, the blue wire is the neutral, and you have to stack 2, and then the yellow wire is the ground, and you have to stack both of them. When you're putting the screws, you need to stack the 2 terminals, the 2 same color terminals together. So you have to stack these 2 blue to put into the blue, you have to stack the 2 brown to put into the live, and then the 2 yellow to put into the neutral, okay? And you better tighten it pretty tight. It should be like in clutch setting 10 if you have a clutch, 8, 9, or 10, or if you're doing it by hand, make sure that it's fully seated so it has a good connection there. Okay, so then that's how you would put the new power supply, okay? You'd put it down, but I'm gonna put this on the side because the last thing that you could change is the actual video card with the hub card, okay? If you wanna change that, there's 2 ways of doing it. The simplest way would be to just remove this, okay? Remove this by using a flathead. I don't have it with me. You can also use your nail. And then you can just pull these 2. I think we need a flathead for this. So you could remove the whole part, or you could remove the memory module video card, which is just like that, you see? So that's how you would replace it, and then you would have to take out the correct video card module from your new card, and then you would insert it, you know, make sure that it's keyed so it only goes in one way, and then you'd insert it like this, and then with one finger you click it down. See? When it's locked in, that's in place. That will make the sign video card work well, and the green light will be blinking. Now 9 out of 10 times it's actually the cable sets that need to be changed on both the last one that's turned on and then the one that's turned off, because again, you don't know if it's this part of the link that's bad or that part of the link that's bad. That's why we change both of them out. Okay, now as a last step, if your actual port is not working, it's no longer working, not receiving data, then you do have to change this card. Because if one of these 2 ports doesn't work because the chip below it has failed for the Ethernet port, then you have to replace this whole hub card. To replace it, you have to take off these 4 screws and pull straight up. So as the last part of this video, I'll show you that. 1, 2, 3, 3. I have to put this screw down here. 4. Oops, am I even, hold on. There we go, 4. Okay, the screws are tiny, so make sure you put them in a safe place. Okay, now I'll remove the 4 screws. These are also stainless screws. Okay, and if you do have to change it, then you pull straight up after those 4 screws have been removed. You have to wiggle it a little bit, so I'd say wiggle up and down, and that is it. There's the hub card right there. These are the ones, these are the controllers for the Ethernet ports that may have failed. If this is what you have to change, then obviously put it off to the side, okay? And you grab from your repair kit, you grab the new part and you put it in. Now, when you put it in, make sure you're not bending any of those pins. So be very careful that you're lining up the pins properly here, and then it should seat. See, when just with 2 fingers, you should be able to push down, and then, oops, I dropped my phone, and then they're seated fully. Okay, so that's all there is to it as far as changing everything out. So again, make sure you have everything. Let me wiggle it. You wiggle it up. You wiggle it taut like this until it comes loose. Okay, so if you have any questions, call us at 1-800-762-0796 or email us at sales@smartledinc.com. Or actually, in this case, it would be support@smartledinc.com. And thanks for watching. So again, this is the Gen 6 repair kit video showing you how to repair the Gen 6 Smart LED panels. Thanks for watching.